The Los Angeles Chargers have taken their first coaching hit of the offseason. A few days ago, they rejected the Raiders' request to interview their wide receiver coach Sanjay Lal, but this time they got hit. So let's have a look at who is leaving Chargers coaching roster, and along with this, I will some trade rumors with you. It seems LA is a hot destination for every player available in the NFL. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. So, at first, according to ESPN's Pete Thamel, Safeties coach Chris O'Leary is leaving Los Angeles to join Western Michigan University as their new defensive coordinator. O'Leary had an impressive stint in his one and only season with the Chargers, helping develop a strong group that featured All-Pro Derwin James, Alohi Gilman, and newcomer Elijah Molden. When the Chargers traded for Elijah Molden just a few weeks before the regular season began, it was Chris O'Leary who stepped up to get him ready. O'Leary worked tirelessly to bring Molden up to speed, and the results showed. Molden became one of the defense's standout players this season before a leg injury sidelined him for the final few games. After being overlooked in Tennessee, Molden has emerged as one of the Chargers' top priorities to re-sign in the upcoming offseason. Honestly, losing Chris O'Leary is definitely a tough blow for the Chargers, especially considering the impact he had in such a short time. Now, let's talk about an expected trade and why the Chargers are being linked with this. Before going further, one thing we must admit is that the Chargers emerged as a top landing spot for all the players. It shows that people are starting to take the Chargers seriously. The perception is shifting. They're seen as a legitimate threat. Knowing that top-tier players would consider coming here, that's a morale boost for the offseason. It's a sign that good players want to be part of this team. Now, moving to another news, you probably knew that star defensive end Myles Garrett from Browns has reportedly expressed interest in being traded. Vegas, as usual, doesn't mess around with their odds. They've placed the Chargers as having the second best odds to land him. On social media, he explained his decision. As a kid dreaming of the NFL, all I focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl, and that goal fuels me today more than ever. The Chargers stand out as an obvious destination for Garrett. In just 1 year, they've shown how capable they are, proving they can compete at the highest level. This is a team with the potential to be Super Bowl caliber. But to get Myles Garrett, the Chargers would probably have to give up quite a bit. Maybe a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and even another first-rounder next year. Plus, he's likely looking for a big contract. So yeah, it'd be a hefty price, but Garrett is one of those rare defensive ends who's a complete game changer. We're talking top 3 in the league. Guys like him are hard to find. Adding someone like that would be a huge move, especially to complement or fill in for Joey Bosa. Now, I want to share an interesting development about Keenan Allen. You know, trading Keenan Allen was a necessary sacrifice the LA Chargers had to make during the 2024 offseason. The Chargers were well over the salary cap threshold and had to part ways with Allen after failing to come to terms on a contract extension that would have lowered his 2024 cap hit. Allen then went to the Chicago Bears, but his last season was not as expected. Even he witnessed last season as a lowest when he played more than 10 games. Allen now enters free agency, and if Allen is going to play in 2025 and beyond, it will only be in Chicago or Los Angeles. With the Chargers desperately needing a wide receiver to supplement Ladd McConkey, a reunion with Allen has become one of the most desired offseason moves for the fan base. Not only fans, superstar safety derwin James is also shooting his shot to get Allen back in LA. James did not mince his words for Allen after the latter commented on the former's most recent Instagram post with the words, "Miss you, Brody." Los Angeles was right to hesitate to pay Allen a marquee extension given his age last season. That stance shouldn't change, as it is still inherently risky to pay a receiver over 30 top-tier market value. What's different now is the fact Allen couldn't come to terms on an extension with the Bears and has realized what his true market value is. Allen is at the point in his career where he may only get a 2-year, $25 million contract, and that plays into the Chargers' hand. As painful as it was at the time, it ultimately made sense why the Chargers decided to trade Allen last offseason. Fast forward a year later, and now it makes even more sense for the team to bring him back in to give Justin Herbert his 2 most reliable weapons on the same offense. James is not the one making the decisions, but he certainly can have some influence on what the Chargers do as a locker room leader. Hopefully that influence brings Allen back home. So what do you think? Who's going to step up and take over the reins from Chris O'Leary? And what's your take on Myles Garrett? Do you think he'll end up with the Chargers? Also, what are your thoughts on Keenan Allen's future? Share your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.